Hello everybody and welcome to Ian's Bricks. My name is Ian. So around about a week and a half ago I went to the Hampshire Brick Event, which was in Porchester near Portsmouth, and I had a traders table there, and it was a very successful day. I wanted to do a roundup video of how the day went and a few things that I hadn't maybe talked about in earlier videos. I would have liked to have done this video a little bit earlier, but I had a rather sort of busy weekend last weekend, as probably some of you may have already seen when I went to Billund in Denmark, so I didn't get round to doing that before I went away, so apologies, it's a little bit later than I would have liked. But one thing I wanted to show you first of all was this rather nice Lego bag here that Tyrone, who's the basically the organiser of the Hampshire Brick event, gave me. He was brilliant on the day, just making sure I was sort of alright with my traders tables. To be quite honest, I can pretty much just get on with it myself. I've done quite a few of these fairs now, and I hopefully can just get on with things without being too much of a diva on the day. But no, it went very well. But yes, he's given me this thing, just a little gift apparently. Now I have absolutely no idea what's in here. It's got my name on the side of it there, Ian's Bricks, and it does say open on camera. I've had this for well over a week now and it's been killing me to find out what's inside. So let's first of all have a look. See, no, I'm not even tampered with it, so let's get this open and see what is inside. To be quite honest, Tyrone shouldn't have probably bothered getting me a gift. I should have probably bought him a gift because I had such a successful day. But let's have a look and see what we have. Oh my goodness. We have a few interesting items here. Alright, so we have a little Snooplovesbricks. So Snooplovesbricks is Tyrone's YouTube channel, so do have a look at that. I'll leave a link in the description. Is this a mini Pokeball? Oh, it is! That's brilliant! So he makes these little Pokeballs. Let me show you what it is. He had these on sale on the day actually. Oh, I love these, they're brilliant. Oh, it just comes out of the bag. So, look at that, how cool is that? It's just like a little mini Pokeball made out of Lego that he sort of designs himself, and he does sell them at some of these shows. So, oh, thank you for that. There is more though. We've also got, oh my goodness, look at this. An Ninjago movie poly bag. I certainly don't own this. When is this from? Goodness me. What year is this from? When was the Ninjago movie? Yeah, thank you for that. That's an interesting one. It's obviously got the character but in this sort of plastic ball as well. So yeah, well, I don't have one of those, so thank you for that. There's more. Oh my goodness me, what is this? So this is a Star Wars Build Your Own Millennium Falcon. Look at that, I've never seen this before, and this is sort of a building instructions inside. Oh my goodness, this is so... No. So that's the little model that you build there. Yeah, so, oh, thank you very much. Goodness me, another thing I don't own, so fantastic. That's really good. Thank you very much for that. I will be building that. We have more. Oh, this is quite nice. Look at this. We have a little classic poly bag here, 30510 again. This is a set that I don't yet own, so this is for 90 years of play. I don't know where you would get these, but yeah, thank you very much for that. It's another set that I don't own, the poly bag. There's more. Oh my goodness me. Look at this, a Fabuland figure. Oh my goodness, you probably saw in one of my earlier videos, I think it was at the end of last year, I got some Fabuland figures which are actually in my display cabinet just here, look. And I definitely don't have that one, and I have to say the quality of that is absolutely amazing. So thank you very much, Tyrone. That's really kind. That'll go on my little Fabuland figures display. That's really good. It's even got a printed little number 8 on the front there. I don't even know which character that is, but wow, fantastic stuff. Thank you so much. There's more. Let's just get everything else out of the bag. My goodness, so that is everything out of the bag. There's all sorts of things in here. There's, oh my goodness, some old promotional stuff here. Bean Ninja stickers and things like that. Okay, we got another. Oh, this is interesting. I've got some more stuff which I'll show you in a second. You can open this on camera. Well done. So okay, We shall see what this is. Oh my god. Look at that, I love it. A little mock of a YouTube play button with Ian's Bricks with 5,000 subscribers. So that's really good. Thank you so much. I love it. I don't think you get play buttons these days. You have to have like 100,000 subscribers to get anything like this. But look, how cool is that? How cool is that? Thank you so much. It's just a couple of plates and everything, but yeah, and he's actually typed on there Ian's Bricks 5,000 subscribers, so thank you very much. If you aren't already subscribed to my channel, then please do. I love that, that's really good. And we got some more stuff as well. There's quite loads of little bits and bobs in here. There's a city, what's it, like a police badge, I think that is. I've never seen things like these before. Goodness knows where you get all this kind of stuff. What's this, like little postcards with stickers in by the look of it. Are there little stickers in there? So they're interesting. We've got some Dots promo stuff here. This is like some of the promo items from a while back. And we also look as though we've got some little booklet about the Dots as well, which of course is a theme. It's like a little notebook with stickers in and things like that. So that's interesting. Not seen that before. Again, I don't know where you get all this kind of stuff. That looks like a little box, is it? Or a promo stand, perhaps? A couple of those. I'm not sure what these are. Oh, there's 4 of these. Oops. Let's see what they are. So it looks as though... Oh, okay, not quite sure. Do they maybe go with the other things I've got? Or possibly these promo things here? I'm not quite sure. Anyway, so I'm going to have to figure out. There's obviously something there where you bend over. I think it was you bend the flaps over at the top even. Yeah, so I don't want to destroy those just yet. I'll have a look at what those are. But there's 4 of those, and they're all different. So thank you very much for those. And that's with the stickers that I showed earlier. We also have Star Wars Episode 5 poster, but done in Lego. Look at that, how cool is that? That's like a little mini poster there. Empire Strikes Back. So that's really clever how that's been done with all the Star Wars stuff. We've also got a Batman, a DC one with Batman, Superman and Wonder Woman on there as well. That's from the Lego Movie 2. Another little poster thing there. And this is a... What's this? Harry Potter build certificate. Build certificate certified successfully completed the Patronus building challenge. Okay, so that must have been something that you had to do. Patronus. Okay. Okay, not so sure what that's from, but we got a Harry Potter thing here, which is probably linked to this, which I think is just a big poster. Oh, so this is from a few years ago. This is when they sort of had these are the sets from about 2019, 2020. And this is very interesting because look, it's got all the minifigures listed at the bottom that you could have got at the time from all the different sets. That's very interesting. So, and I think is that what I had to start with another Ninjago fold out thing here. Oh, this has got stickers in and things like that. So yeah, some really interesting things. Thank you so much for doing that. I mean, it's much appreciated. I mean, you didn't have to do it. I have to say, I do love my my play button. I love that. That's brilliant. So thank you so much for all of that stuff, Tyrone. It really was much appreciated. I can see why he wanted me to open it on camera. Okay, well that's that part of the video done. But what I wanted to do was go on and talk about the actual event itself and how it went. So as you know, over the last few years I've been doing quite a few Lego sellers events, mainly brick festivals, but I have done a few other smaller ones and different ones as well, and I think as the year goes on I'll be doing more and different sort of different organisations and things like that, but this is something that Tyrone does himself, the Hampshire Brick Event. He's been doing them for over 10 years now, and he normally does them at a very small venue local to him in the Fareham area, Loxheath area, but every now and again he hires out this Porchester community centre because it's just a bigger venue, a bigger space, and this is also the first time that he's actually had other people doing displays. So normally when he does these events, he will do all the displays himself, which is, as you can imagine, a lot of work. And he has a shop there as well. So he wanted to get people from outside his sort of usual way of doing things. And I was very, very kindly invited to have a shop. I sort of had the main shop as well. So as people came into the venue, I was the main shop there. So I wanted to make sure, because his events are normally in October, early November, and the idea behind them is that they, as well as sort of your usual retired sets and things like that, unusual sets that you can get from Lego for people to buy, including minifigures as well. He quite often likes to have cheap Lego sets. So in the run up to Christmas, he'll get cheap Lego sets through the year and sell them on, maybe at a small profit or even at no profit at all. And so I wanted to do a similar thing where I'd actually bought a lot of different sets that I wouldn't normally bring to these kind of events. And so what I'd done in the run up to this event in early March is I'd been buying quite a lot of cheap Lego sets, and taken advantage of a lot of deals from like Argos and Amazon and places like that. So I had a real good mix of some current sets that are available everywhere but that were cheaper than recommended retail price, as well of course as my normal regular sets as well. And that's kind of what I did. So I've got a list here of all the sets that I took. Now I took more than twice as many sets as I would normally take to one of these events. The reason I was able to do that is I was able to drop off half of my stock with Tyrone at the start of the week, and then I bought my car with a load more stock as well. And so the event, the venue that they had, they only had it for the day, and as well as Tyrone and his partner Gina, there were also some other helpers there as well. They were all brilliant on the day, really kind, making sure I was okay, to see if I wanted drinks and all this kind of stuff. I did the setup myself, although because I had twice as many sets as I normally would, it did take me quite a long time to set up, and I did start to run out of time. So even though we didn't open it till 11 o'clock, I was panicking a bit towards the end because I hadn't quite finished everything that I wanted to do. Again, I sort of underestimated the amount of time, but there was help there if I needed it. Yeah, I think the venue looked quite nice. It was a much smaller venue than, say, some of these larger brick festivals that I've done in the past, which is to be expected. But there was a good mix of, it was myself, there were a couple of other sellers as well. Tyrone had some Lego on sale, and there was quite a few people who'd bought builds and mocks. We had the Robot League guys there as well. They were very popular. I could hear sort of screams of enjoyment and loads of fun being had over their side of the hall. And obviously I'd been advertising the event as well to make sure people turned up. He's got a Facebook page. He's got quite a few people on that Facebook page. And we weren't really disappointed. The weather was quite good for the day for early March. It was at least dry, not too cold, and I think people did have to queue for quite a while to get in. So if you were one of those people, thank you very much for waiting. I hope the wait was you were rewarded with a decent experience when you got in there. Prices were cheap as well. He does try and keep the cost of these events down. I think it was £3 per person, which I know a lot of these other festivals and fairs that you can go to, you can be looking at certainly over £10, you know, close to £20 for some of the really big events that are available these days. So he likes to keep costs down. The entry fee really, I think, was just to cover the cost of the hire of the hall. You can imagine these halls can be quite expensive to hire, so there obviously is a cost involved in that as well. Yeah, so pretty much I was kind of very busy. The doors opened and I was just absolutely crazy busy pretty much for the first 3 hours. Between 11 o'clock and 2 o'clock it was just non-stop. I had my partner Anthony there as well. He was at one side of the table. He was taking a lot of cash and dealing with the poly bags that we got over one side of the stall and the other side of the stall I was dealing with credit card payments. People were obviously coming up to say hello. I probably didn't have as long to chat to people as I would have liked at some stages, so apologies for that. But yeah, quite a few people did come up and say hello, so thank you for that to all the people that did. A few selfies and a few pictures as well, which is always nice. And I have to say I was actually quite pleasantly surprised in how many of the sets that I took with me that I sold. So I'll give you some statistics here. I know you like your statistics. So in total I took a total of 245 box sets and road plates. So I had around about 20 road plates, but so around about 225 sort of box sets. That's anything from a sort of a small set like this to sort of a big the big corner garage is one of the largest sets that I took with me. Most of the sets that I took were what I considered to be small to medium size, so I didn't take as many large or huge sets as I normally would to some of these festivals. Again, I was really sort of erring on the side of keeping prices down, being aware of the kind of people that would be coming in. Maybe we're wanting smaller sets, lots of children and kids and families there as well, so they're more likely to go for the sort of smaller sets, the good value sets, rather than these sort of big modular buildings and things like that. So also, on top of those box sets that I took, I had 96 poly bags, and I did my poly bags slightly differently this time. Rather than have a box on the front of the desk, which is what I normally do, which people stand and sort through, I actually sort of made this stand, which I pinned all these poly bags. I only had a select amount of poly bags with me, but actually that worked for me really, really well. And out of those 96 poly bags that I took, I actually sold 57 of them. So I sort of had multiples of the same set rather than having lots of individual different poly bags. I had sort of like 10 of those and 10 of those and 6 of those, and people would just sort of ask for whichever ones they wanted. Again, the prices were probably fairly reasonable. So yeah, to sell 57 of those poly bags was pretty good. Yeah, it was a very good day for the poly bags, so they went well. Now, what kind of things did I take that actually sold, and how much did I sell them for? Because I know a lot of people like to know prices and profit margins on some of these sets that I bought. So I've got a list here. I'll go through in just the order that they're in. They're actually on set order number. So I actually did take with me, and I sold the corner garage, which is part of the modular buildings. I had that on at £220. My original buying price for that was £160, so not a huge amount of profit, only about £60 profit on that. Not a very long since that set has retired, but again, I wanted to take that, and yeah, somebody actually snapped that up fairly quickly. I also had with me the VW T2 camper van from 2021, £175 I sold that for. My buying price for that was £112, so I think at the time I bought that at quite a reasonable price, lower than recommended retail price. My sale price was obviously higher than the original recommended retail price, but it has increased in value since that's retired, so I sold one of those. One of my bargain sets that I had on was a set that's currently still available, and that's the Optimus Prime from the Icons range. I actually sold that for £90. I sold that pretty early on, so thank you to the person that bought that. My buying price for that was quite low, so that's a set that has a recommended retail price at the moment at £160, so you can see even at £90 that's a very good price. So I don't blame the person that bought that set. My buying price was lower than that, so I did get, still even at that low price, have a bit of profit of that. I think I got it from Argos for half price, and I had some vouchers or something to use at the time as well, so I actually got a decent price for that. I also sold Steamboat Willie, which is set 21317. I sold it for £125. This is something that I got from the auction house, and I think my buy-in price for that, after taking all the fees and post and packing, was around about £85. So not much of a profit on that one. But £40 for a set which I literally just had received the day before. I got them on the Friday, and the event was on the Saturday, so that was really a quick turnaround in profit. I wasn't sure I was going to take that, but I'm glad I did, because somebody bought it and somebody it sold. One of the cheap sets I had on sale was the 3-in-1 retro camera, so again a set that's readily available at the moment. There've been some really good deals on, I think it was Argos and Amazon have been price matching, and I took 3 of these and I sold them all at £14. These have a recommended retail price of £18, but my buying price was a little bit cheaper. So again, small profit margins on things like this, but again, this is the kind of set I wanted to take with me. They sold out pretty quickly, so I'm pleased I took those. There's quite a few other sets which I sold, 1 of each and things like that. Oh, I had a few of these children's amusement park rides. I think I took 5 with me and sold 3 of them. They were only, I was only selling those for £8, so they're nice little sets, but again, perfect for that kind of event. I think they went well. One set which was interesting was the some Christmas sets which I sold. I had 3 of the Santa's Workshops, which is a promo from, I think, the year before, from 2022, and I'd got 3 of these which I took. Now, I'd actually taken these to a previous brick festival back in Croydon in December, which you would have thought the Christmas sets would sell in December, and they didn't sell. So I took them to this event thinking maybe they'll sell, and they did. I sold all 3, and I sold all 3 for £26. Again, it was probably a good price for those. I think they can go upwards of £30, but for me it was a good opportunity to get rid of them, and people wanted them. So unusual to be selling Christmas sets in March, but it worked and people wanted to buy them, which is great. I also took with me and sold 6 of the sandwich shop promo. So this is a promo from a couple of years ago. I've got loads of these still, and I was selling these at £10 each. Again, not a huge sort of amount to sell them for, but people were snapping them up at £10 each. So pleased that I was able to take a few of these. Again, all of those sets actually didn't cost me anything. They were additional gifts with purchase that I managed to get at that particular time. And another one which I sold quite a lot of, I sold 6 of the Easter basket promos. So that's last year's Easter promo from Lego, which are currently still available. I think you can get them from places like Top Cashback, no, not Top Cashback, Voucher Cloud and Telegraph voucher codes and Metro voucher codes. You can get them as like an additional gift with purchase if you spend over £65. I took 6 of them with me. I had them on at £12, which is again a very, very good price. These sell sort of 15, maybe close to £20, but I wanted some cheap sets on my stall. And they got snapped up really, really quickly. In fact, I kind of had just sold the last one. I didn't realise how quickly a lot of these things were going, because I say they were on the other side of the stall to me. My partner Anthony was sort of selling things and taking cash for things, so I didn't realise how quickly these had all sold out. And this lady sort of said, "Have you got any more of those bunnies?" And I'm like, "Oh, we surely must have more," because I bought 6 of them and no, they'd all gone. So apologies to that lady if you didn't get an Easter bunny for £12, but again, good prices hopefully, and people appreciated that, and I'm still making a bit of a profit out of these, which is great. I also managed to sell all 3 of the micro rocket launch pads that I took. So this was a fairly recent gift with purchase from Lego. Quite a high spend threshold at the time, but I had them on at £45 each. I had actually originally had them on at £55, and then in the run up to the event I'd noticed that they weren't probably selling quite for as much as that on eBay. So I did lower the price of those, but all 3 of them that I took with me sold at £45. So well done to anybody that got those. I do still have a couple of more of those here at home, but I'll take those to future events. And I also sold 4 of the John Deere 4-wheel drive tractor sets for £15. So again, this is a set that's currently available. These are normally priced at £25, but there were some good deals from, I think it was Amazon I got these for, and I'd used some of my cash back as well. So I was still making a bit of profit of those, but they're nice big sets. They were Technic. I wouldn't normally sell that many Technic sets, and certainly wouldn't sell Technic sets that were still readily available, but again, perfect for this particular show. Managed to sell them off cheap, £15 again. I was still making a bit of profit, and the people hopefully that were actually buying these sets were getting a really good bargain as well, which is great. I also sold 6 of the ice cream trucks, 60253. They retired at the end of last year. Again, I had them on at £12 each, nice cheap price. Still making a bit of a profit on there, not much, but again, it's something that I had quite a few of, so I sold those on. As with the Penguin slushy vans, that's a set that's currently available still. I had most of them on at £12. One I had at £10 because it was a slightly damaged box, but again, making a bit of profit on there and some nice cheap sets for people to get. I also sold a couple of the Lego Movie 2 sets that I'd actually previously got from one of my auction sales. Again, not much profit in either of those, but I sold 2 of the Sweet Mayhem Starships. I sold those for £32, and also had 2 of the Emmett's Dream Houses, and I had those on at £50, and I sold both of those as well. So again, very small profit margins on these, but again, it's still a profit, and it's something that I literally had arrived on my doorstep the day before on the Friday, and I sold them on the Saturday. So I mean, that really is a quick turnaround. One of the bigger sets I sold was the Bad Batch attack shuttle from Star Wars, and I sold that for £170. These have really gone up in value quite a lot over the past year. I think they retired at the end of last year. My buy-in price, or the recommended retail price for these, was around about £60. at the time, but they've become really popular. So yeah, I'm glad I took that. I wasn't sure that some of the larger items, some of the more expensive items would sell, but yeah, I think the guy that got that was pretty happy with that, and I think that's again still quite a competitive price, even though it's a lot more than the recommended retail price was a year or so ago. It's still quite a good price. Another set of Star Wars that I sell, which I bought multiple of, which are currently available, are the 501st Clone Trooper Battle Packs. I had 8 of them all together. Now, I normally wouldn't take 8 of the same set, but I wanted to have them on cheap, and I had them on at £12 each. This is a set that recommended retail price is normally £18. Again, there have been some good deals which I took advantage of, and I literally sold all 8 of them for £12. Again, small profit margins for me. There was still a profit in there for me, but yeah, it was just a nice thing to take, and multiples of them, and they just managed to fly off the shelves, which is great. Another auction set which I sold, which I purchased fairly recently, was the Scooby-Doo, the Mystery Machine. Sold that for £125. That was a very good price on that. Again, still some profit in there for me, so I was pleased to get that. But yeah, I think the guy that got that was pretty pleased. That was a very good price for that. What else did we have? We had a few other smaller sets which I'd bought multiples of, like Marvel's Miles Morales and Moribus set, which I'd sold for £12 each. I had 4 of those which sold for £12 each, and the Baby Rocket Ship, I had 3 of those which I sold for £15 each. Again, these are all small profit margins for me, but all the types of sort of smaller sets currently available that I wanted to take to the event, pardon me. And one final large set that I did manage to sell was the Spring Lantern Festival. This is the New Year set from a couple of years ago. 80107 is a set number from 2021, and I sold that for £115. My original buying price for that was actually very good. I'd obviously used some VIP or insider points to get that, but I like my buying price for that was like less than £50. So I more than doubled my money on that from a set from 3 years ago. So that's very good. And again, that was still quite a competitive price as to how these sets sell on eBay. Of the poly bags, which I want to talk about, as I say, I took multiples of different poly bags, and interestingly, 2 of them, 2 of my best sellers were the 30435, the Harry Potter Build Your Own Hogwarts poly bag. I took 10 of those and sold 8 of them at £6 each, and I'd also had quite a few, 10 of the 5002122, the TC4 poly bag. It's basically the C3PO but in red, and they were at £14 each, and I sold 8 again of those 10 that I took with me. Interestingly, I'd taken both of those poly bags previously to other brick festivals, and I'd maybe only sold 1 or 2 or 3 of those per day. Whether it was how I had them displayed or just, I've no idea, but for whatever reason people were really going for those, and I bought quite a few of those. So yeah, the poly bags went very well, and I'm sort of pleased how that went. A couple of things that didn't sell at all. So my Creator Vestas wind turbine, I had that on at 280. That didn't sell. I've been taking that to a few festivals now, and it's just nobody seems to be budging on that one. Nobody seems to want to buy that, so I might have to think about my pricing for that one. I also had the Queer Eye Fab Loft, Fab 5 Loft for £60. Again, that was under recommended retail price. That didn't sell. That was a set that retired a couple of years ago now. And also the Friends Central Perk and the Seinfeld sets, they didn't sell either. Again, I think my prices were quite good on that, but for whatever reason they didn't sell on the day. Anything else I wanted to mention? Yeah, the Buildable Mickey and Minnie, I had that on 140. That didn't sell either. Again, not much profit in that one. They've not been particularly wonderful. And a couple of larger city sets as well that didn't go on the day. I did also take with me a Dark Trooper helmet. As you know, if you've been following my channel, I've got quite a few of these, and I had it on £85, but it didn't sell on the day, and maybe it's just a little bit too soon after that set has retired. A couple of other sets which didn't sell either. Attack at the Burrow, I had that on £120 from Harry Potter, and the Avengers Tower Battle 76166, that had that on £125. Again, a set that doesn't seem to be shifting particularly well. And I also had the Harry and Hermione buildable figures as well on at £99. That was under recommended retail price, and they retired over a year ago, but that didn't sell at that price either. So no, I didn't sell everything, but I think all in all I was really pleased with the sets that did sell. My idea of taking sort of cheaper sets and getting multiple of the cheaper sets, that worked really, really well. And I think it's the kind of thing that I think the event, I needed to sort of bring to these events. There's no point in me bringing all my expensive sets. I mean, they may have sold, but that wasn't kind of, for me, the point of the event. The point of the event was, yes, I'm having some of my normal stuff to sell, but also to have lots of sort of cheaper sets, some bargains there as well, some different sets than I normally would. And I think the organisers, they did appreciate that as well, that there were some cheaper sets available to buy on the day. And yeah, all in all, it was very, very good. I mean, I was absolutely shattered at the end of it all. It was a really, really long day. I mean, the event did sort of wind down around about sort of 3, half 3. I think we started packing away at half 3, and we were all done and dusted by about 4:45. Tyrone had only got the hall until I think 5 o'clock, so we had to get out of there pretty sharpish. But yes, it went well. I think I was the last one packing up as well because I was so shattered. It took me a while to pack everything up and into the car. I had some spare boxes which they kindly got rid of for me as well. So yeah, all in all, it was good. And as I say, all the others, Tyrone just had some helpers there on the day. They were all brilliant. They kept coming over to see if I was okay. I was able to get change. I started running out of pound coins, so the lady that kept going, "Can I have some more change? Can I have some more change?" So that was nice. There was change available for me as well. A lot of people did pay by cash. Actually, I had an absolute mountain of cash to bank the following day, which was really, really nice. It's always quite nice walking into the bank with a sort of a wad of cash to pop into the bank, and quite a few of my cards were, I think 2/3 of my sales were actually on card as well. So I had my little sum up card reader with me. I know that some other people did have problems with their reception and their card reader on the day, so apologies if that happened to you, but my card reader personally, I didn't have any problems at all. I was logged into the Wi-Fi of the community centre, and it all worked absolutely fine. So yeah, luckily people at my stall at least weren't waiting too long, and yeah, the event was really, really good, and as I say, it was probably, I think money wise, it was my most successful event, and probably even profit wise as well. I've sort of worked out what the profit margins were, and I think because I was able to sell quite a lot of stuff, even though I was probably selling it for a lower price than I normally would at a lot of these festivals, you're still selling things, you're still turning over the sets and turning over the money, and it did work out very, very well. So yeah, really, really good event altogether. Thank you so much for all these things. I do love my there's my play button again. I think that's brilliant. I think that I might have to go in my thumbnail somewhere for this. But yeah, really, really nice to get all these little gifts as well. I'm gonna have a better look at some of the posters and things, and the poly bags. There's some nice stuff in there as well for me to have a look at. And I think that's pretty much it. So I will be going to other Lego fairs and festivals as the year goes on. My next one that I'm going to will be the Brick Festival, Southampton Brick Festival, which is on at the end of April, on the 28th of April. Again, I'm hoping to take quite a lot of extra sets with me to that event because it's fairly local, so I'm hoping to get a couple of carloads of stuff to that particular event. So if you are going to that event, I know tickets are selling out fast already, so check out the Brick Festival website, and it'd be good to see you there if you are able to make it. And who knows, in the future I might be able to do another Hampshire Brick event as well. If I do, I will let you know all about that in due course. But that's pretty much it for now. I hope you enjoyed this roundup of the Hampshire Brick event. I certainly enjoyed the event. It really, really was good fun, very well attended, and very successful as well. So thank you to everybody that was there, either helping out on the day, some of the other traders and some of the other stall holders. So some great displays there as well. And all the people that came to my store and bought something as well. Always much appreciated. Thank you for watching this video. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you then. Bye for now.